This video is for topic 8.3 over graphing systems of inequalities. There are some problems on these notes that are already graphed for you and already shaded, so we're going to talk through them, and then we're going to add graphing or shading as needed. So for the first problem, this first equation, y is greater than negative 2x plus 6, is already graphed right here and is already shaded. Because y is greater than 6, they went greater than 6, which goes up, so they shaded above or on top of the line. We have already graphed this one in yellow, or it has already been graphed for us. Y is less than x minus 3, and we need to figure out our shading. So for y is less than negative 3, less than goes lower than negative 3. So starting at negative 3, lower would go underneath. So we're going to shade underneath the yellow line. Now this is called a system of inequalities. A system just means you have two or more inequalities, equations, whatever. So a system just means more than two. Anytime we have a system of inequalities, our solution set changes from being the graphed area to the overlapping graphed area. So this would be my solution because it's where the green and the blue overlap. Anything that is just blue with no green is only a solution for one. Anything with green and no blue is only a solution for one. The solution for both of these lines is where the shading crosses. So if you've been shading your graphs really dark, now is going to be an issue for you because if you go really dark and really dark, you can't see where the really darks overlap, so you need to let up a little on your shading. So for problem 2, this problem, negative 2x plus 5 is already graphed for us. Y is greater than 5 goes above 5 or on top of 5. We need to graph and shade this problem. Y is greater than x. Because it has no line under the inequality, it is going to be a dashed line. And y is going to be greater than 0 because there's nothing being added or subtracted. It starts at 0. Greater than 0 goes above because greater than 0 on the y-axis goes up. So we start at 0. And we have a slope of 1, so up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. This is a dashed line. So we leave some space. And then the shading is above that line. For my solution set, the red and the blue cross up at the top triangle. So that would be my solution area. Again, there's parts that are just red and parts that are just blue, but my solution for both is where the shading overlaps. Problem 3, we already have this one graphed and shaded. It started at 4, and 0.5 goes up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2, up 1, right 2. So we need to graph and shade this problem. Because there is a line under the inequality, it will be a solid line. Y is less than or equal to negative 4. Less than goes low or underneath. So we start at negative 4. My slope is negative x, which means down 1, right 1. We always go to the right. It's just a matter of if you go up because it's positive or down because it's negative. This one is a solid line. And we've already said less than negative 4 goes lower or underneath the line. So my solution set, where they cross, the blue crosses the gray at this kind of weird trapezoidish shape down at the bottom. So that is my solution set. For problem 4, y is greater than or equal to 3/5 x minus 2 is already graphed. They started down at negative 2 and went up 3, right 5, up 3, right 5. Y is greater than negative 2, greater than goes above on the y-axis, so we shade above on the line. The other equation we have is x is less than 10. They've reminded us that this is going to be a special case because we only have one letter. This is going to be a vux, so I'm going to go to where x is 10, and it's going to be a vertical line that will be dashed dashed because my inequality does not have the line underneath. So when I dash, it goes straight up and down and is dashed. And x is everything less than 10. So for less than, we can just pick a number like the number 0. 0 over here is less than 10. So we shade everything to the left of that line. So my solution set right here is a pretty big one, where the red and the blue cross is outlined in black. And that would be my solution set. Problem 5 consists of two special cases, both of which we have to graph. So for the first one, we have another box. X is greater than or equal to, so this is going to be a solid line. So I go to where x is -3. I draw a solid vertical line. And x is everything greater than -3. 10 over here is greater than -3, so I'm going to shade towards the 10 from my line. So everything from my line to 10 would be shaded. And then y is greater than 5. This is going to be a dashed line because there's no line under the inequality. We go up to where y is 5, and this is going to be a hoi for horizontal line. Again, this is dashed. Y is greater than 5. The number 10 is greater than 5, so I'm going to shade up to the 10 and down to my line. So my overlap is this rectangle up here. That is my solution set.